Once upon a time, in the heart of the magical forest, a group of lively children gathered for their daily adventure. Among them was Samantha, a bright-eyed girl with a flair for storytelling. With her flowing golden curls and a sunny smile, she always filled her friends with wonder. Alongside her were Tiny Tim, a curious little boy who loved to explore, and Wise Ellie, a thoughtful girl who always asked the best questions. One beautiful morning, as the sun peeked through the emerald leaves, Samantha gathered her friends. "Let's go discover the Rainbow Falls today," she suggested enthusiastically. The others squealed in delight, for it was a place known for its shimmering colors and playful rainbows dancing in the mist. As they skipped along the forest path, they could hear the rustling of leaves and the cheerful chirping of birds. But soon, they reached a steep hill that loomed in front of them, hiding the glorious view of the falls. "Oh no," said Tiny Tim, his little heart thumping. "I don't think I can climb that big hill." Samantha knelt down close to him and said gently, "It's okay to be scared, Tim. Sometimes, our biggest adventures ask us to be brave. Remember, courage isn't about not being afraid, it's about doing what we want despite our fears." Wise Ellie, ever thoughtful, chimed in, "I believe we can do this together. If we encourage one another, we can find the strength to climb that hill." Samantha and Ellie's encouraging words sparked a light in Tiny Tim's eyes. "All right, let's try," he exclaimed, his little fists clenched with determination. With Samantha leading the way, they encouraged each other as they ascended the hill. "One step at a time," she cheered. "You're doing great, Tim." As they reached the top, the sight before them took their breath away. The Rainbow Falls cascaded down with great splendor, creating a magnificent display of colors that swirled in the air. It was like a dream they had stepped into. "Wow," gasped Tiny Tim, his previous fears forgotten. "It's beautiful." Just as they were about to dance under the mist, they noticed an old, tangled path leading deeper into the forest. "Do you think we should follow it?" asked Wise Ellie, her brow furrowed with thought. "It looks a bit scary." Samantha looked at her friends, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "Adventure awaits, but we must be brave. If we all go together, we can face anything." Taking a deep breath, they stepped onto the old path, even though shadows danced beneath the trees, and the sounds of the forest grew quieter. Each step challenged their courage. They whispered to each other stories to keep the fear at bay. Tiny Tim shared a funny joke, while Wise Ellie recited a riddle to distract them. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a curious creature, a timid little fox trapped in a thorny bush. Its eyes were pleading, and it looked scared. "Help! Please," whined the fox. "Oh no," said Tiny Tim, feeling his heart race. "What if it bites us?" Samantha, filled with determination, crouched down to the fox's level. "It's okay. This little one needs our help. Remember how we needed courage to climb the hill? Let's find it again." With Samantha leading, they carefully approached the fox, encouraging one another. Wise Ellie began gently pulling the thorns away, while Tiny Tim softly talked to the fox to keep it calm. Soon enough, with teamwork, they set the fox free. The creature jumped around with joy, wagging its fluffy tail in gratitude. "Thank you, brave ones. Because of you, I'm free," said the fox. With hearts swelling with pride, they continued down the path, their laughter echoing in the magical forest. They had faced their fears and helped someone in need. At the end of their adventure, as they watched the sun setting behind the Rainbow Falls, Samantha smiled at her friends. "Today we learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the spirit to act despite it. Together we can do anything." With that, the children cheered, feeling a warmth inside them that would forever remind them of the day they found courage together. Courage is not about being fearless, but about facing our fears together.